We're all organized. Welcome this evening. Some of you it's morning, and it's just an absolute pleasure to have you all here on our infamous live show. And I've got really a great amount of stuff coming through this evening. I received a couple of requests to talk on just guidelines for everyday living and foods we should be eating. And it really, really does tie in with our whole theme this week, where I'm really, really bringing to the fore the benefits, the advantages, the tremendous value, the life force, the neg entropy, the consciousness that really, really superfoods bring to us as electromagnetic human beings. So we've always got to be thinking and remembering that we're feeding our battery. And this battery needs to run, it needs to be 100% charged. And the good thing about our battery is it's not exactly like a cell phone battery. Our battery can actually not overcharge, but the charge can get greater. So it's in a space of infinite infinity, as the professor talks about. And it's really cool because you can actually feel your energy levels escalating and escalating as you consume certain of the really, really superfoods I'm going to share with you this evening. So thank you so much for being here. It's always, always, always a pleasure and a blessing to have you here. And remember also, I really welcome your questions, and it'll be superb to be able to answer those for you as well. So we also normally do quite a lot of case studies. Well, let's just see how much time we have. But just to share with you, we are getting amazing, 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 amazing results. Last week we talked about, we actually had the two live clients speaking on their metamorphosis, their transformation. And you know, it's just so beautiful to watch somebody who's on insulin, who's anxious, who's carrying extra weight, having gut problems and things, that within 2 weeks, you know, those things are gone. Her energy levels are huge, her body's charged, her battery's charged. And similarly with the gentleman as well. And to the extent where people are asking, you know, and asking, you know, well, what are you doing and how's this happening? Because what happens is it's kind of like when you watch a flower come out of the seed and burrow through the earth and then suddenly develop the leaves, and then suddenly you see in slow motion the flower developing. That's exactly what I see with the people coming in, is that they come in and they're kind of boxed, it's battered, a little bit dented here and there, a bit of old debris lying there, and a little bit of maybe fermented something over there, a bit of mildew, a bit of mold, a bit of old stagnant stuff, a bit of old neurological patterns, negativity. And then as they transform, as the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, there's this absolute exuberance of energy and freedom and joy. And I had a lady today, yesterday, she's on a weight loss program. And so she's been, you know, using all the products that we give, our basic step 1, 2, and 3 program. And I said to her, well, are you feeling like exercising yet? This was after 2 weeks. She said, Jane, I'm already on an exercise program. I've already enrolled myself. This is what's happening. The body spontaneously leads you into exercising and eating well, and automatically the attraction of different people, people you knew before, come into your life because they're sharing the same vibration as you. And you find also that you look for different kind of vocations. So it's not a job or an occupation. We start getting steered. We allow our soul to steer us in the right direction for our vocation, which is our purpose. And then we start feeding the soul, feeding the spirit, you know, feeding the neurological side of ourselves, the physical side, and all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle just very neatly slot into place. It's just too beautiful. It's just like a geodesic circle. It's like a sphere where these pieces all fit in. And look, I'm amazed every time, to be honest. And it's just really, really beautiful to be part of these experiences. And you know, when people come in and they leave and they've, you know, had the massaging of the information and the raised awareness, and they're always way, way, way more calm and everything. And, you know, they'll take 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 products or 5, depending. And, you know, as they walk out, I just know, you know what, here's another one who's come up for air, who's rescued, who's out of the entrapment, who's going to be looking different, feeling different, and be in a completely different space from now. So, yes, I think, as I say, I enjoy everyone's journey as much as they do. I've done my detoxing. It's not the end. I mean, I detox regularly, but I also know what they're also going through, but I also know the beauty. So any of you that are part of this and in part of the program and all the rest of it, you know, I speak to people and remind them to make those 2 pages, to draw up that list of things which you are wanting to surrender and give up and leave behind, the negativity, the old patterns, what is not serving you anymore. Stop feeding the wrong thing, and we start then carving our new and steering ourselves into the new direction, what we are taking with us, because that's about living in the now. And right here and now, we need to be making those very firm decisions, because if we don't, we will suffer physically. So when there's pain, when there's physical suffering, etc., there is directly related to neurological, emotional, soul, spirit aspects. It's almost like your soul is speaking to you. So that discomfort is a kind of a wake-up call, you know, tapping you, hey, wake up, you got to move, you got to shift. And that's when we look at also the, you know, where, you know, our body is speaking our mind and telling us. So many people, high blood pressure. I'm seeing more sick people now than before. And with much higher blood pressures, resistant blood pressures, for example. And once we get them onto the right foods, the right minerals, and I give them also little excerpts out of the books and things. And, you know, does this resonate with you? You know, what do you need to surrender, for example, or do you need to change direction? Or if it's lymphatic, you know, who's trying to invade your life? Who are you allowing to invade your life? They then start, you know, rethinking things, and the cells start shifting a little bit, and they start making a lot of sense out of something that was probably, you know, had no sense in the beginning. So, as I say, it's beautiful to see people just getting out of the box and standing up and taking their power back and being in perfect control and of their lives. You know, spontaneously, and then the sharing, and, you know, having other people come up to you. This is not the end result at all, but come up to you and start saying, well, you know, hey, your skin's beautiful. How come you've got so much energy? You know, you don't seem to be troubled, etc. That's when the pH is alkaline, the body's alkaline, not the stomach. The stomach's nice and full of hydrochloric acid and acidic to break up the protein and the tough veggies and things. That must be acid. And the inflammation is down, and the old degenerative tissues left the body, the immunity's up. This is what we're striving for, because it doesn't really matter what the symptom is. It doesn't matter what the disease is called. It doesn't matter what its title is. It doesn't matter where you got it. We harmonize the whole thing: physical, neurological, emotional, and spiritual. We are so blessed to have the quantum devices that we do have, and also the 365 Healthy by Choice range of food state nutrients. The courses that we have to really take our health to the next level. And, you know, there's opportunities actually for all of you to just be clients, to be run practitioner branches, to be educators, affiliate educators, where you can share and educate everyone on the information. So really, really beautiful opportunities for all, which is the way it needs to be. You know, we need to learn and appreciate and respect and move forward in that way. And, you know, at the same time, whatever we do, keep, I think, all the expertise and the work that I've done protected from an intellectual property point of view and keep the brand, you know, in its superior space that it's occupying globally. So that's really that. And let's have a look, because as I said, some of you are asking me, well, you know, what do you eat? Give us some guidelines. And I'm going to build a little bit on yesterday's talk for those of you who were there, and talk about some superfoods, but even take it to the next level. And I see some of you sitting here as well. You can really, really ask me the questions now. Ask me, and let's just join in and also grow our family. So just while we wait, I'm gonna bring in some slides to show you some pictures, and then we can take things to the next level always. Okay. Just click on it. Okay, so that's pulling through. So the people who are on Facebook, I'm going to just turn you around in a moment. It's just going to pull that through. So you're going to be watching. I think I better do it this way, otherwise it goes sideways on the Facebook. All right. So here we are here, and it's going to come through. I've been working with these superfoods as medicine since I began. And they've proved time and time again that our food is our medicine is our food. And I really do believe that is what Hippocrates meant. He wasn't talking about lettuce and tomatoes and cottage cheese and chicken and things. I really believe he was talking on a much, much, much higher level, actually starting with consciousness, cosmic microwave radiation, sun photons, photosynthesis, eating the plants, eating the entrapped sunlight. I really believe that he was talking on that level for sure. So let me share some of this with you. And all these products, by the way, are on the website. They're all there, and they're divided into 3 areas, which I'm going to show you now, and which will make it really facilitate moving through the website, which is extensive. So today we're focusing on the top superfoods, daily food guidelines for maximize health. And let's have a look at the first one. So we started off with some superfoods, but just hang on. I think I've pulled through the wrong one. Let me just have a look. I think I pulled through the wrong slides. Let me just see. Because I made another one. No, this is the one. This is absolutely the one. So I'm just opening up on that one again. All right, so we're having a look at some of these top superfoods, and these ones I'm going to go into in a lot more depth in terms of actual physical food. So let's put that on the side, and let's move to this slide here. Now, if you go onto the website, you will see I have divided up the food state shop into 3 areas: a detox area, a nourishment area, and a building immunity and DNA area. So you'll find the Ormus and the RNA DNA and the microbiome reset here. You'll find the stress defense shield, the bee pollens, the kelps and that sitting there. And then you'll find in the detox section all the organs of detoxification. You will find detoxification of fat, of calcification, parasites, weight loss, all of those products there under detox. So just to tell you, today I'm going to be talking in this area here, but with specific emphasis on nourishment and the DNA. We'll do the detox, I think, next week. It's a little bit of the wrong way around, because actually we like to detox first, get the cell membrane right, and then we bring in the nourishment. But in terms of the request to see what do you eat, I'm going to be focusing here today. So Ormus Gold is the it's the flagship substance, if you like, of 365 Healthy by Choice. And you know, I came across this product just sort of by chance, but obviously the universe led me to it. And it is the most highly charged, highly measured frequency Armstrong product that I've ever measured. You actually measure it on the Bovis scale. For those of you who like knowing all about this, it's the Bovis scale. And anyway, it's 23,000 Armstrong on the Bovis scale. So that gives you an idea. Just to tell you, on things like sacred sites, the reading is 12,000. Some of the spiritual beings are about 15,000 Armstrong. And then if you start having a look at blue-green algae, medicinal mushrooms, pollen, they're sitting on about 9,000. Sprouts, organic fruit and nuts, they're sitting on 9,000. Organic lettuce, tomato, raw milk is sitting at about 6,000 Armstrong, and anything below that will be not optimum for the human body. So optimum for the human body is 6,000. Maximum health is sitting at 9,000. That's what we're aiming for. However, if you're consuming Ormus Gold with the silver, copper, nickel, iridium, palladium, all the platinum, precious metal minerals, you're going to raise your vibration above 9,000 frequencies. Okay, and that is your life force, right? And as I said, your life force is infinite. So when we're working with the Ormus Gold powder, the white gold powder, which the wise sages across the world used in ancient times to actually clear the brain, it crosses the blood-brain barrier instantly. It's intensely electron dense. That's why it's in a silver container, silver foil container. Keep the electrons in, keep the product powerful. And they would consume the Ormus in some water, or they would use the white gold powder and go to the top of the mountain, receive the universal information, come down and give it to the tribe. And that is where, as far back as we know regarding Ormus. So we have it, right? And it makes no sense to not have it. People say to me, well, how long must I take it? And I'm saying, well, you know, it is up to you and use your intuition, but actually there is no limit, because you're just going to constantly raise your vibration. That's how it works. So great product, great nutrient to have. And those of you who are making notes that want to look at the guidelines, you know, I suggest, you know, 2 teaspoons a day in water. Remember to use a plastic or a wooden spoon, because a metal spoon will cause the M-state gold to shift back into a 2-dimensional periodic table format, the hard gold. Okay, so you want to use a wooden or a plastic spoon, preferably wooden. All right. Those of you, that would be like a type of a maintenance dose. Larger frames could take more, smaller frames, children can take less, okay? It's not a shock, it's a very, very subtle energy, and you will detox. Even in the beginning, but it's a subtle kind of a detox. If you want to really detox, then you would take about a tablespoon every 2 hours throughout the day. And you will be surprised at, it just pulls things out of nooks and crannies that you never knew existed. It's just too beautiful. It is absolutely amazing. And I'll just share a story with you as well about one of my integrated functional homeopathic doctors, and who comes regularly to get the Ormus Gold. He just says to me, Jane, this is sheer joy. He said it is joy personified. So that gives you an indication of the frequency of Ormus Gold. It's just beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I have it every single day, like I brush my teeth every day. Lots of people call me, especially from overseas, for it for bone and teeth. And I think you all know the story. We rebuilt, Dr. Reddy and myself rebuilt the base of my tooth with Ormus Gold. So it just does amazing things. Your nails, your teeth, your skin, your hair, you know that it's different. And also that glow that you get, it's like you're in, like a light capsule, put it that way. All right, so that's our beautiful, beautiful Ormus Gold, and we keep it in the tin foil. So I would recommend that every day. And then I would recommend the microbiome reset every day as well, because this year is bringing in loads and loads of live strains, beneficial bacteria, fungi, and yeasts. And everybody has a blueprint, a microbial blueprint. And with all these live strains and substrains and sub-substrains, your body can then regenerate its natural blueprint on an ongoing basis. And similarly here, people say to me, well, you know, how long should you take this for? My gosh, we need beneficial probiotics 24/7, every single day of our lives, where they need to be there, because we can't allow the pathogens to overgrow. So the beneficial ones scavenge the pathogens. They scavenge heavy metals. They alkalinize us. They're part of every single cell, outside the cell, inside the cell. We are 90% microbial. Therefore, we must have them. And radiation, processed food, stress kills them. So they really are our friends, and we really need to establish a relationship with them. So, for example, when we meet, our microbes meet. We don't even know that, but they're meeting. When someone's on an antibiotic and you go near them, my microbes will hide away, because they can already feel the antibiotic, the effect of the anti-life that can kill them. So these are studies that have been done and so on. You can Google all that. So what I'm saying is that we are living in a microbial cloud. The animals, the plants, the soil, ourselves, we're breathing and living in it. And you'll see some of the products a little bit later on too that are grown in this microbial cloud, very potent, very powerful. And so something like this every day, and here, I mean, also depending on your gut situation, you can have between 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon 3 times a day easily. And what's really beautiful is that I have live enzymes in there. No other probiotic is going to offer you a live enzyme. This is absolutely critical, because we need enzymes. We need hydrolase enzyme to help water get absorbed from the gut into the bloodstream, right through the intestinal wall. We need oxygen transferase enzymes to enable oxygen to transfer through the lungs, through the mucous membrane, into the bloodstream, and then into the cells. They are in this product, plus many, 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 many other enzymes that are important to us. Bee pollen also has enzymes, but different. So this product is absolutely essential, and together with digestive enzymes, which we have, you've got a recipe that is out of this world, because when there's an oil slick on the ocean, they use fermented microbes and digestive enzymes, and they clean the oil slick, they clean the sewers. So it's magic. Imagine what it does in your gut. And just also to say that we've got a second generation brew here, second fermentation, because I bring in the blue-green algae, the medicinal mushrooms, the kelp, the adaptogenic herbs, the tahibos, the cat's claws, the aromatase inhibitors. I bring everything that's in my stress defense shield, I bring into the fermentation, the second fermentation of the microbes. So we get a second generation brew with nutrients and microbes that probably are not written in any textbook at the moment. So it really is an intelligent nutrient over and above the bacteria, fungi, yeasts, and other live enzymes. They're our food anyway. So just to share that part with you, as I say, I would do a teaspoon to a tablespoon 3 times a day, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Nice to see you all on the Facebook too. All right. Then those are, and how long do you take them? I don't think anyone really walks out of my practice without a bottle of Ormus Gold, a bottle of Microbiome Reset. Those are just have-to-haves. And here's another have-to-have, right? For those of you making notes, we have to have flaxseed oil. It is the oil with the highest life force. Remember, we're talking life force, we're talking neg entropy, we're talking consciousness. So the one we have particularly is harvested and pressed in 1 month, put into a cardboard box, no heat, no light, no air. So it's not only about heat, it's also about light and air, because that will shift the oil into the trans fatty state, the wrongly charged state. So this oil is absolutely perfectly intact. And I measure it with my microscope, and I can see in the people whether they're little globules or not. So, for example, a vegan will come only consuming olive oil, and there's fatty droplets in the blood. That means there's something wrong with the production. Was the barrel left open in the air or the light, or, what happened? It's so critical. Oil is very, very unstable. And the last thing we want to be doing is consuming a really expensive oil that's actually totally a free radical. It's just going to cause degeneration to our DNA and all our organs in one go, and add to all the rest of the degenerative cells, and add to the workload of the body and reduce the immunity even more. So we have to have flaxseed oil. Here again, I would say between 1 and 3 tablespoons a day. Why am I saying this? Because in everybody that comes to me, from young to old, there is a massive deficiency in fatty acids. And these are critical for cell membrane potential. They're critical for brain functioning, the omegas. They're critical for the mucous membrane of the lung, the gut, and the reproductive organs. So they also, when it's live like this and cold pressed, it will actually use its own enzymes to go and digest itself, and also scavenge and remove any old fatty debris that's lying around too. So it actually even thins the blood. So it's marvelous, 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 marvelous product. Food. Life force. Okay. Hope you're all enjoying this, because you can see it's just my passion. It's the beginning and the end of everything. We have to charge our body. It's electromagnetic. We have to get the chemistry right and then the biology right. Okay, there's only one way, and we're just busy clearing out, which is so, so nice. Okay, so here we've got also the next fave. So we've got to breathe. We've got nostrils and lungs and all the apparatus we need. Sometimes our air isn't so good. I watch on AccuWeather. It's an app, and I can see whether the air is how excellent or poor or fair the air quality is. There's a lot of particulate matter at the moment. There's sometimes a lot of nitrous oxide. There's sometimes a lot of carbon monoxide. There's often also ground ozone, which is toxic. So just useful to know, and I can see that the air is not as pure as it should be, and therefore, in each breath, we're not getting the amount of oxygen we would get, let's say, if we were on a mountain, in a forest, for example. So we do have to watch this. Also, if you're stressed and in fear, you're generally only breathing on the top here. So we need to make sure that we're taking that full breath. We've done many, many videos, and you can check on the YouTube channel, the Jane Mackenzie YouTube channel, the Wim Hof breathing, the alternative nostril breathings. Do them because they alkalinize the body. It's as simple as that. They get rid of the carbon dioxide, all the acidity. And then you find the bone problem fixes, the circulation problem fixes, the blood sugar problem fixes, the digestion disorder fixes, the adrenal glands resuscitate, the thyroid resuscitates, and the whole body just restores itself. The hypothalamus restores itself. The blood gets thin. The liver gets clean. The kidneys, all the organs clean out. So we have to operate on this level if we really are striving for maximum health. Okay, the 9,000 Armstrong and above. And we can. Why not? Okay. I think there was a chat that disappeared. All right. So now let's have a look then other ways of bringing in oxygen to detox, right? To detoxify. So smokers aside, often there's a lot of particulate matter in the lungs, as well as serious infections. I'm talking mycoplasmas, TBs, and they will form a mucus slime over the mucous membranes of the lungs, and you can't get the air in. So we have to always clean and detox that, I'm just saying. And then when the oxygen is in the blood, we need to have enough hemoglobin, enough iron to carry the oxygen to the cell, then the cell membrane must be of the right potential voltage to enable the oxygen and the food to cross the membrane together with the flaxseed oil lining the membrane and into the cell. And then we need enough electrons that you're getting from, for example, the Ormus Gold and grounding and so on, to bind with the oxygen to produce ATP and energy. That was a bit of a mouthful, but you can listen to it again. That's the beauty of a recording. You can stop and play back. But this is the essence. So we need to make the pathway of oxygen clear. Make sure we're breathing properly as well. And we can always bring in some more oxygen to detoxify. And this is what we use, depending on the severity and what we're trying to do and whether we're working with maintenance and so on and so forth. So, you know, it is really a prescribed food because you don't want to overdo it, because it's relentless. It just cleans. Once this, it's highly corrosive. Once it's inside you, and those of you will know, and I'm smiling because I do sometimes get the call, you know, Jane, should I really be feeling like this? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I just know that the next day when they wake up, they are going to see a new day, because I know that those terrible, terrible toxins are leaving. And I just know there's going to be a quantum leap in the morning. So, you know, we have to moderate that and be very careful with that. In any case, that is the practitioner product. And, okay, so now we've got already some of the good products that we need every day. Maintenance doses at least. We definitely need replica RNA and DNA. I saw a lady today, radiation toxicity, damaged RNA and DNA, insufficient nuclear proteins. There's 5 main ones: uracil, guanine, adenine, cytosine, thymine. And they are all in this product. It is a bacterial cell wall fragment. It is exactly in the mRNA strand that we need for our body, as opposed to a genetically modified strand. There's many of them around. Many of them. I can order DNA from a lab, probably in America, probably China, probably Russia, and I can get it in my own lab and I can modify it if I want to. So we've got to be very careful. I like to bring this one in because it's operating at the nuclear chromosomal DNA seat of consciousness. Right? And I want to make sure that I have all the building blocks. There are other products that do grow it and potentiate, namely pollen and chlorella especially. They will produce mRNA for us. So it should be on your list theoretically. You also get a bit of it from Marmite and the organs of the body. If you eat heart and liver and lungs and brain, I don't think we eat that anymore, but yes, beans will have an amount in it too. So obviously our absorption needs to be appropriate, but honestly speaking, there's really few foods that contain this amount and what we need in the exact form. So it's an unbelievable immune booster as well. And those of you who've listened before, it actually alerts the immune system to go and find the non-nature made organisms. In other words, the GM organisms in the body. That's how intelligent it is. And actually expel them. So together with oxygen and Ormus and flaxseed oil, this product is really essential. And depending on your weight, you will, if you're over 50, between 50 kilos and 70 kilos about, you'll take 2 capsules a day. They're 500 milligram. Over 70 kilos, you'll take 4 a day. But honestly speaking, you could take 6 or 8 a day. It's no problem. And they fix the villi of the gut. They fix the brain. It's unbelievable for sports people. It's unbelievable for nervous breakdowns. It's just works at that, microcellular level inside the DNA for us. That means every single cell division is perfect. With the Ormus and this flaxseed oxygen, you're getting what you need. You're getting your deal. And let's see what else I've got here. All right, so now we're back to the actual tangible foods, okay? And as I said last night, they all contain natural ormus because they're grown like that. Their frequency is so high, and they're all amino acids. They're all long-chain sugars. They're all rich in minerals, vitamins, and phytonutrients. So just on the sugars, we don't want the short-chain sugars. That's what the cancers feed on, and it's not good for the brain. You know, it takes the vitamin B away, and it just puts people, sugar, in a state we shouldn't be in. So we have to have the long-chain sugars. So as I said in the pharmacy this morning, if you had a food that was going to give you all the proteins you need, plus the building block proteins, plus the mRNA precursor proteins, all the long-chain sugars that the brain needed, including substances that actually enhance brain stem cell production, white blood cell production, and immunity through the bone marrow, rich in minerals of any kind you want, rich in vitamins of any kind you want, rich in phytonutrients of any kind you want, would you take it? So I'm about to show you a product that has all of this, which, as far as I'm concerned, removes the guesswork and removes the worry. Are you getting enough of the nutrients? So just be patient. I'm going to show you this in a moment. And we talked about this as well, and this is really what the superfoods do. So, you know, why the health practitioners on any level are not using these top superfoods to the best of their ability, no one knows. The Chinese knew. The medicinal mushrooms are 5,000 years old Chinese medicine. They knew. And the algae, also known about, the pollens and that known about as well, but not too many people have really studied this. So here's some beautiful foods. We did talk about this yesterday, and I mean, this is basic kelp. It grows free. It grows wild. It's all organic. Has to be. And it does your metabolism, your digestion, your weight. It's loaded with trace minerals, amino acids, vitamins, zinc, iodine, potassium. It's got 10 times more calcium than milk. For thyroid, for weight loss, it just munches up oil. It's just beautiful. And we have it. You can take also probably 2 to 8 capsules a day. The blue-green algae in our algae mix. Now, this is very important food. This was the first food on the planet synthesized out of the atmosphere. The nitrogen in the atmosphere condensed and became algae. Floated on the top of the freshwater lakes, started creating oxygen for us, breathed in the carbon dioxide and created oxygen for the planet. Also creates MSM, which is one of my favorite salts as well, and nutrients, which is essential for detoxification. And anyone who knows about alchemy, we need sulfur. So anyway, this is what they do. Great effect on the brain, the GABA, the PEA, serotonin, great effect on the nervous system, Alzheimer's, Parkinsonisms, enhanced sleep and mood elevation, hormone systems, actually precursor to DHEA, which makes estrogen and progesterone. They detoxify, and there I said that second point, build immunity by stem cell production in the bone marrow, which increases white blood cells and red and the platelets, NPK, beta, all those cells. So that's just an awesome product, especially for the mental state, especially for relaxation, especially for the bone marrow, the white stem cell production via the bone marrow. So here again, anything from 1 to 6 capsules a day, no problem. The blue and the green is the plant and the blue is the bacteria. That's the cyan, phytocyanins. Here's our medicinal mushrooms, favorites, all sorts of them. Reishi, cordyceps, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps. The fungus is coming out of the caterpillars. Those are caterpillars there. And the fungus is growing out of them. And then we've got maitake, shiitake. I've also got a Coriolis, a turkey tail, which is phenomenal for nerve damage from radiation and chemo. So these do 101 things. Transferred immunity, same as the algae, same as the pollen. The immunoglobulins, we need them. Sleep again, nervous system again, stem cell production again, the lion's mane for brain stem cells, rejuvenation, repair, vital organs, brain functioning, memory, physical strength. The athletes love these products. The athletes love cordyceps, and people with lung problems, cordyceps brings the ability, it activates oxygen in the body, like a royal jelly or a propolis or a pollen will also do that. A Siberian ginseng will also do that. So potent antioxidants, and you can read there the anti-cancer effects because they're going clean. It's all about dosage. So maintenance, 1 or 2 capsules a day, detox, go up to 8 or a couple of teaspoonfuls. But good luck because they'll clean. And so that's perfect. So it balances hormones, cholesterol levels, blood sugar levels, weight management. It's got an ergosterol in it, the medicinal mushrooms. And the ergosterol is a plant cholesterol. And when you consume medicinal mushrooms and you go out into the sun and the ultraviolet light is reflected through the skin, you will make with your own vitamin D. That's how we make it. So we absolutely have to have medicinal mushrooms, okay, for our vitamin D production. You'll also find vitamin D in products like kelp, right? Remember, there's 3 vitamin Ds, D1, D2, and D3. And well-being. So though medicinal mushrooms are great, and they're also on the website. And here we got another favorite, which is the pollen, the bee products. Pollen, propolis, and royal jelly. And just to complete the picture here, it's a feminine one. They're all fruiting bodies. But for fertility, infections, allergies, RNA, DNA, building hemoglobin, lungs, also weight, also beauty. Athletes love it because of its effect on the oxygen levels of the body as well and into the muscles. All of these are essential proteins, all the fats with all the minerals. And here we have one of our finals, right? We've got stress defense shield, all brain fuel, all extreme performance boost. That's what I was speaking about earlier when I said to you, what if we had a food that could do this? So we have it not only in a shake smoothie form, but also in the capsule form. So depending on if you're traveling or how you like to eat or something, I will have a smoothie every single day because I want to get everything in. And as I said, I think last night, how this started was I had young children and I wanted to make sure that they were going to get as much life force as possible. And I didn't want to have any gaps. So I put together over 30 nutrients, superfood, high life force, daily essentials that I would know would cover everything, and I wouldn't be they wouldn't be missing or lacking on any level, and they would be consuming a food that was more intelligent than me. And so I made medicinal chocolates, which you can do with the powder too. And they would take a medicinal chocolate to school, and I even sold some. And I remember one of my friends, she actually owned a shop, said to me, "Jane, you've no idea what you've done." And I also realized that, but I also realized that wrapping chocolates until 2 in the morning and getting all the tinfoil straight wasn't really going to make me happy or, in a space where I could actually expand. And also, of course, I never had a round or a square. I had a heart shape. So you couldn't do it with a machine. So anyway, cut a long story short, we then made the capsules and the Smoothie Boost powder. So imagine having 30 packets in front of you that you can't even get all the things anyway. And the beauty is that it's potentiated. So 1 + 1 is 3. 3 + 3 is 9. And 30 + 30 is, well, the mathematicians in the group, you can work out what that is as a potentiated effect. And that's what I wanted. And I wanted all the nutrients on any form, all the atoms in whatever form was necessary to be there. A meal in one, all the daily essentials. So that's what we did. There's no fillers, there's no binders, and it's just pure life force, pure neg entropy. And just let me go back to this for a moment. Sorry. In rand terms, it's 650 rand a month, inclusive of VAT if you're South African. And I mean that's working out to something like, I think it's 25 rand or something a day to get over 30 nutrients. That's just amazing. And the raw cacao as well is essential for digestion. It's essential for magnesium. It's essential for antioxidants. There's also the hemp powder in it as well. So value for money, it's just huge. You're getting 33 servings actually for 650 rand. So it's just over 20 rand. It's for nothing. And here, just to as a split off, is the Activa stem cells. And why I'm showing you this is because these are the top stem cell producing products now. All right. So we've talked about replica RNA, which has got the building block proteins that build our DNA. This is something different. Here, it activates the stem cell, which the bone marrow should be doing. And often it's not. So the stem cells are the ones that will morph and shapeshift into whatever cell is necessary in the body. We have to have them for regeneration, otherwise we do degenerate. So that's why I put these in here, and they are expensive. They're the top expensive products, not so much the 40, but the first 4 are very, very expensive. Just how it happens, and I'm just mentioning it to you because one also needs to know, about these products and things, where they come from. So this is what I can do, measured improvements in stem cells. So whatever I've spoken to you about today, if I need to bring iron into the body, if I need to bring vitamin D, if I need to bring vitamin B and K from the microbiome reset, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin Ks, I've just said, sorry, enhanced fat digestion, enhanced protein digestion, enhanced decalcification in the body, get the parasites out, get the body in homeostasis, bring in the nutrients, detox, we can do it. And that is really what I think I've perfected. That is our toolkit. So everybody that walks out will be on different stages of health and different stages of getting to where they need to be. And I think if you can wrap that up, you can really, really achieve huge amounts for people. And just to see the joy on their faces, that's what I feed on. I feed on that consciousness, just that raised consciousness. And as I raise other people's consciousness, I'm raising my own as well. So lots of joy. And let's just see, I think I've got a last slide here, where I just wanted to remind everybody that those of you who want to find out what their nutrient level is, I had a lady here today. She wanted to find out a lot of things, and we checked. We did a really thorough quantum assessment, and I'm talking about the SCIO, EDUCTOR, the QUEX devices here. We're really able to dig deep and get labels, names for things. Things we didn't even know existed, and get to root causes of disease. The most important thing, we've got to remove those root causes, and we've got to repair organs. We've got to detox and nourish the cells. So this is really the first step. It's no sense in going in and doing guesswork. It's just no sense anymore. It's just, in many instances, wasting money and time. And we also need to focus on food state nutrients with high life force, nothing synthetic. So we've got the 2 devices. The Q450 will do physical 450 odd readings. This one will do physical, neurological, emotional, and spiritual. Pull it all together. Either way, we get risk factors. The the SCIO EDUCTOR QUEX, we will get far more root causes and, as I said, labels. And furthermore, we'll do a bright and a dark field live blood analysis, which also is an unbelievable learning experience for people, because suddenly, for the first time ever, you see your red blood cells either stuck together and cluttered or floating beautifully across the screen. And you see the, if I tell you there's parasites, you see, then you will see, you see them crawling across the screen. And those of you in the group who who've been here, you know, I just watch people going very white, because you can't believe in a tiny little pinprick of blood what is there. You know, you can see how beautiful and vibrant or not vibrant the white blood cells are. They're just beautiful. A white blood cell really shows me what a borderless, what a group of electrons held together really looks like, because we are that, actually. But a white blood cell, there's no border, but you can actually see the little electrons going off and coming back and going off and coming back. It's too extraordinary. Just love it. So, yes, we can even dig down further. Hey, Jane, I've just been for a cholesterol test. I don't have cholesterol. Sorry, chum. Here are the crystals. They didn't come from nowhere, you know. Stuff like that. We can look at cardiovascular, the organs. We can look at the gut. We can find leaky gut. We can find all of it in there. So these are about raising your own awareness, taking your power back, making informed decisions. I mean, this lady, this last lady that left now as well, I kept telling her things. She said, yes, I know that. She said, I know that. I said, you need potassium. She said, I know that. I've been telling everyone I need that. And I started saying to her, actually, you're on track. The chapter's open, but you're not listening to your gut. You're not listening to yourself. You know, so get on into your page, get on the page, get whatever, and start believing and living and understanding what you know. So many of us do know. We just got to trust ourselves. And the cleaner the gut, the cleaner our gut feel. Just FYI, by the way, the cleaner our blood, the cleaner our gut feel, the cleaner our consciousness. So acupuncture is quite a nice service as well, because it's non-verbal, which is so actually is the SCIO and the EDUCTOR, except there's a practitioner there to talk to, but the healing is non-verbal. And it's taking place and allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to relax and balance. Sorry, the sympathetic will completely relax. The parasympathetic comes up, which is controlling the functions that occur that are not obvious. For example, elimination, digestion, and circulation. All right, so it allows those, it governs those functions. That's where the healing happens. So acupuncture is what puts people into the parasympathetic state, which we should be in most times, which is more the alkaline state. The sympathetic nervous system state, fight or flight, you've got adrenaline pumping through your veins, hitting on every single cell, cortisol, and all the other stress hormones. This lady I've just spoken about had an adrenaline level of 208. It should have been 100. That gap is huge. All right. And, you know, not breathing properly, wondering why there's autoimmunity, wondering why there's chronic inflammation, wondering why the bones are sore, wondering why nobody can help her. Jane, I've been everybody. Nobody's told me this. So much of it you knew yourself already. But the point of the matter is just get the basics right. This is a very important, I think, recording, because it really does sum up everything. All right, about health. When I say everything, maybe I've used that a little bit loosely and a little bit broadly. Don't know. But to me, we've got to simplify things and get results. If you're getting results, who cares? All right, and then we also make quite extensive use of infrared sauna. We've got 14 micron infrared saunas here, and they literally penetrate the body by 4 centimeters. So it's remarkable for skin problems. Remarkable. I've got a lady coming tomorrow, that one on the group with a terrible back sclerosis. But apart from that, it cleans the skin, it cleans the blood, it softens all the lymph, cleans that out, lifts the lid off the toxins. You walk out of there feeling amazing, fantastic. You just feel fantastic. And of course, it's the healing light. It's the invisible rays from the sun, which is infrared. So it's completely natural and just beautiful. So it's almost optimizing, potentiating, amplifying the sunlight. Like the same thing with our Quantum SCIO, EDUCTOR, and QUEX. We are amplifying the quantum field. So it already exists. We're just amplifying it for that period of time when you're on the device. And let's see what else we've got here. Beautiful courses to follow, devices, and we've also got the 365 Healthy by Choice practitioner branches. So it's all on the website. Go and have a look. Go and sort of explore. And we really are looking for practitioners to run branches for us. They do need anatomy and physiology, which is easy to achieve. And then, we can just reach more and more and more people. So we've got, I just want to see if Vanessa's here. Let me just see if she's here, because Vanessa is running the one Actonville branch in Benoni, Johannesburg. And that also is one of our special community project companies, because we are also helping them with anything to do with needlework, puzzles, woodwork, little drills, clothing. And it's really our outreach. So any of you who've got spare anything, glasses, anything like that, paints, wool, materials, please let me know, because we can send it out there. You can go and visit as well and be part of it. So that branch is doing the children, the parents, and also other people in the community. So we're very happy to be part of all of that, and to be able to share what we're doing there, and taking everything further and further. So I know there's a lot of very, very well-trained, very aware people sitting in the group attending this evening, and thank you for the ones that I can actually see, and thank you for coming in. Let me know now if everything's made sense or hasn't made sense, or if you want me to go over anything, because I've done for today, told you what I wanted to tell you. And this is the essence of our life case studies. This is the essence of our miracle medicine, of the magic that happens, is just getting it right, simplifying it all, and actually leaving it to nature, leaving it to the body's innate potential to kick in. That's how we think clearly and live productively. And who doesn't want that? And if we can do it at 9,000 Armstrong, better, good. If we can do it at 12,000, 13,000, 15,000, why not? Why can't we raise our vibration to that of the wise sages and Dalai Lamas and Gandhis and people around the world? Why can't we? Why are we putting a cap on ourselves? We can go beyond that. So very, very, very exciting. We do need to clean. You got to detox to get there. So I'm waiting for questions, guys, because time's moving, and I've got people knocking. They're wanting to get their quantum assessments done and so on, and find out more and get some more voltage and amperage into their electromagnetic beings and so on. Any questions this evening? Any questions, or are you done? I see we've also got some new people coming in. It's a whole new exploration into this new space. So well done on signing in. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Every Wednesday, every Thursday. Okay, and I just sort of take a theme a week and start on the Wednesday and expand upon it on the Thursday, which is great. And I'll get some of our live case studies to come in. Okay, bye everyone.